Hey everybody, it's Bust with Busted Strategies number 8. We're going to be jumping into Constructed today. You can call it Budget Constructed if you will, but we'll be playing the Boros Humans deck. And kind of the way this has come about and the way this has started is, trying to find a way to kind of like budget friendly get into Constructed to where we can probably play Historic as well. And the kind of collection of cards that you're going to kind of see that you should be able to play across both places is this human collection of Luminarch Aspirant, Intrepid Adversary, another new unit in Brutal Cathar, and then the Elite Spellbinder. These bros seem pretty playable across the formats, whether or not you're trying to collected company or just do humans things here, and then also seeing a bunch of the kind of mono white. Hey, let me grind out my 15 wins real quick kind of constructed decks. A lot of these fit in there as well. And so I don't really like the mono white decks. They don't interact enough to be in my liking. And so I did want to kind of like build out on the humans theme. So I had started with Sigarda. I didn't really like that. And then actually seeing Sunrise Cavalier and Draft is what got me to come out and try some of these Boros cards, which I've actually been pretty happy with. The ability to give start with haste the Sunrise Cavalier and give out haste with the Reckless Stormseeker seems to be reasonably powerful. And then we did kind of upgrade to Paladin class. I was playing the Join the Ranks, the one that lets you pick a creature type and they all get +1/+1. That was where I had been using kind of our big unit boosting but now that I got some more wild cards. I'm trying out Paladin class. I'm pretty sure we'll want to stick with Paladin class and then not move back to join the ranks, but that is kind of something to hopefully, future-proof this deck as, we expect the next Innistrad set to also just have a bunch of werewolves in it, as you see things like Brutal Cathar. It's a human half the time, but on his flip side, you don't really care that it loses out on the bonuses that you're getting for being humans, and so the Reckless Stormseeker and Brutal Cathar, additional humans that we had, that we're, maybe hopefully kind of future proofing ourselves with here. But this is where we're at today. Things like Moonveil Regent aren't, super necessary, but it is a nice, powerful filler card that we managed to pull a copy of. And then we're going to see some of that in the sideboard as well. I don't really have enough experience with the format to like come in and craft very powerful sideboards. That's something that I typically get pretty good at. Historically, if I'm not good at the initial kind of brew of a deck, but if you give me a 55 card deck, I can make you an outstanding 75 card one. And so hopefully we can kind of like craft this towards the future. But it's got the remaining portable holes for the aggro decks, and there's a lot of the token decks running around as well. Sun Gold Sentinels are reasonable against graveyard-based strategies, just rando removal spells and burning hands for the green things. Cathar Commandos if we need more enchantment removal, and then a couple of control deck friendly bros and Luca and Inferno of the Star Mounts. And so, yeah, otherwise, pretty standard. Nice little aggressive deck here, and let's go ahead and jump in to the constructed event. See if we can't turn these 500 golds into 1,000. All of the golds coming at you. Okay, submit the deck and let's do it. And so yeah, I mean, I've been reasonably happy with this. Of course, one of the places that we're really lacking is I only have one of the red and white land. I don't even know how I got it. I think it came about in one of those random daily decks that they give to you. But I haven't had like too much trouble with our mana, even though that we're out here playing things like Evolving Wilds. So here, reasonable enough start. I mean, we've got an Aspirant and a Spellbinder along with an interactive ability. I'll go ahead and keep this one. Right. Let's do it. Let's just show them. We'll show them the Evolving Wilds mountain right from the get-go, so they know what they're up against. That's how you show them. And I can't quite remember what our level, our rank is in Constructed. I think I'm in Platinum, but I most certainly could be wrong. I don't really remember how far. We haven't been playing nearly as much Constructed as we have Limited, but I've kind of gotten our rank up a little bit. All right, bring in the removal spells. Not cool. love them. I've been a big fan of the Spellbinder. And we'll just take out the cheaper removal spell in the murder. Otherwise, destroy a creature or planeswalker, create a treasure token, sure. And then we could just make his unit expensive. Like, I don't really care about trading out our units. But maybe if we make this thing cost 7, he'll just never be able to play it. I could get behind that. So he's going to like murder our Spellbinder. We'll play the Intrepid Adversary with a +1. It'll get popped by the other removal spell. Not bringing the removals. Okay. Let us catch up just a little bit. And here, as long as we're not just like adding Brutal Cathars, I'm pretty okay with this. We can maybe let the Malakir Callblade tick up a little bit and then pop it with the Cathar. Not big problems though, just little problems we have happening out here. All right, here comes the aggression. See, these cards are all good, right? I mean, I don't know about the likes of Brutal Cathar making his way into Historic. It seems like something that would be like a one-of in a deck that could tutor for it, but the things like the Elite Spellbinder are most certainly reasonable Historic kind of cards. I think, probably. It seems like I'm making a valid statement. Alright, Bro coming in with more aggression. Not that big of a deal. We know he still has this Grim Bounty in his hand, but doesn't have the 4th land for it. So we could add a Cathar, but I don't think it's ultimately necessary at this point. Let's get the Adversary down. Auto pay. Bring in some of this aggression. I mean, we have just tons and tons of life gain here. The Intrepid Adversary has lifelink. Both of the Sacred Fires gain 2 life. So it's weird that these gain life instead of having lifelink, but I guess there's reasons for that. And if he missed his 4th land, we're looking very powerful here. Whatever creature an opponent controls dies, so we should be able to Cathar the Merchant and then 2 damage the Callblade. Just get in for tons of damage. Nothing better than getting in for tons of damage. Nothing better. I forget about these treasure tokens. I guess they could have played the removal spell if they really felt like it, but I forget that these things exist. Okay, surprised he didn't pop the Cathar to get his unit back, but either way, we're lethal here. I guess they could have 2 mana removal, which they did. We're still going to be lethal here, but nothing better than being lethal. All right, got him. I was curious if these were best of 1 or best of 3. I was trying to think of how I wanted to sideboard that. I thought I'd probably want to bring in the portable holes against a deck like that, but sideboard apparently doesn't matter. But the standard metagame events coming up, I haven't experienced that before. I'm pretty sure it's best of 3, and it has a kind of a higher buy-in, and so it could. We'll have to see how it goes with our budget deck running into it. But here, I mean, this hand's not spectacular, but it's serviceable. We'd always prefer to have the Luminarch Aspirant as opposed to having the Cathar Commandos here, but kind of is what it is at this point. Don't really want to have to deal with this thing. Like, is this ever worth a Sacred Fire? They're just going to get the unit out of it. Whenever a creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it becomes the target of a spell, make a dude. I think we're just going to take this, follow up with a Cathar on the back end, and then try to hit him for 6 with the Cathar and the Sunrise Cavalier. We'll see. See if they play a unit here. Nope. Oh, yep. Make it 2/2. What's the level 2? It doesn't feel like this is probably ever worth popping with a Cathar. Maybe at some point. I like just playing this a little bit slower now. Like, I don't suspect there's too much removal coming out of mono green, but this gives us the opportunity to get our Aspirant leveling up. Make it indestructible. Sure does. Not used to some of these weirdo cards. Alright, well, it's aggro. That's what makes everything feel right. Alright, red zone. You bringing it? Alright, I'm gonna bring it back. We're gonna red zone too. You can't lethal his next turn. He's only got 8 on board. I don't think there's a big bunch of removal spells they could potentially have, but enjoy. Like, if their game plan is just to attack with Faceless Havens, I feel like we're gonna be able to outdo that. Should have gone Paladins, bruh. What's this? 1/1 Hexproof. Gonna fight something? Sure, that's annoying. It's gonna give us another token on this Sunrise Cavalier. And at this point, I mean, we probably have to Apparition this Swarm Shambler. Guess we don't have to. We could just block it with the Cathar Commando next turn. But it's awkward if we want to Apparition it off. He gets the token. Does this thing have Trample? No. Maybe that's the way to go about it. Don't really like this. Because if we had 2 mana, this would be a lot easier, where we could just throw 2 units on the board. But alright. Oh, wouldn't he target of a spell? Oh, okay. That makes it much nicer. Got a block, we would otherwise die. Now, he's just got the 1/1, right? That should take him to 2. This Sacred Fire should take him to 0. Oop. There it is. Winning games and stuff. Good job, deck. That's what we're here to do. Oh, feels nice. Feels nice. Yeah, I'm still not like super familiar with all of the cards that live in the format. It feels like I don't know. I think we're in Platinum and Constructed. It feels like we're getting to the point to where we're starting to play against real decks, and the majority of the time you still run into some fringe decks and some decks where they're very, budget heavy. But I think we're starting to get there. I'm starting to get a feel for everything. Hands like this are fine. This is gonna be a problem if we miss a third land, but we get 3 draws at it. Sure. Give me the mountains. We tend to be able to go toe-to-toe with this stuff. The gain a ton of health deck isn't bad, but... Alright, there's our third land. We're safe enough to just add the Stormseekers here, so we get to keep on attacking. Need to make both of them 3/3s. Okay. Now we can start doing things like next turn we can play the Spellbinder and give it haste and still get in, hopefully.
Calm the trees, and you will vote at the will of the woods is made manifest.
Yeah, well, Rin and 7 is on the annoying side of things, but we can still handle this board handily. So play the land. We'll Brutal Cathar the token. Oop. We'll get into combat. Make sure these triggers go in the order we want. We're going to hit with everything. We need to send 2 at Rin and 7 and 1 at opponent, so let's just spread everything out again. So if we're going to have like 3 attack on the Cathar, let's just put another bonus attack onto the Stormseeker. We'll put the Stormseeker onto the Cathar. And we'll bring the Thunder.
The heat has become unbearable.
Gaining all the healths. Lotus Cobra, I remember you. Alright, and this is getting to the point to where we get like potentially good combats off of this Sacred Fire. He's gonna try and stack up his good blocks onto the Aspirant or something, but I think this is okay. So we want to give you the +1. Let's give the Stormseeker to himself, so the damage is equal to the attacks everywhere. Get everybody in. That's it? That's all you're bringing? Okay. Alright. So, this is probably our last chance to hit something with the Spellbinder. Let's see if we can't at least expensive up something. Just got to land. Beautiful. We're super far ahead here now. No blocks. Alright, so the Den would have to enter tapped. How much attack can he get? He can get 2, 3, 4. So we should be able to have a very powerful Intrepid Adversary here. He can't actually kill any of our units with a block. Okay. So he can get up to 4 and take down our adversary. I'm going to attack with everything. I think we probably want to give it the plus. And we have to give him the haste as well. It will take down a Cobra, the Scud Swarm token. We gain 6, which gets us kind of pretty much out of burn range. This is all good and well. Interesting, he didn't go for the trade. And we got lethal in hand if they don't have another unit, right? He gained some health off the innkeeper, but all right, we'll just kill him with the spellbinder now. GG. I thought we were gonna kill him with the spellbinder. You gotta do a little bit more damage than I was anticipating. We can just go for the trampled now. Okay. Let's do it like this. Take the spellbinder up to 6. So there shouldn't be any more shenanigans coming out of our opponent. We take him to 2 with the spellbinder and then 2 more with the Sacred Fire. Oop. Got him. GG. Three wins. Are we break even yet? we gotta get one more, then we're all ahead. Getting all those free cards. Oof. Alrighty, what do we got here? This is not a winner. I don't think we can keep a hand like this, even if we hit our start playing cards on 3. Eh. Alright, that's a little better. At least starts with Paladin class. I think feels a little too risky to just cycle away a land, although that's what we want to do. Let's just send off the Apparition. We still have the Cathar as a removal spellish unit. I got nothing, man. I need some more of those 2s. I would like to pick up like a 2-drop that isn't Cathar Commando. Doesn't need to be a human anymore, so I feel like this is something that can go to the sideboard. It's tempting to just go ahead and pop the Naturalist with the Cathar to keep it from getting this bonus attack ability, but I worry about them just like adding a Planeswalker next turn and then us wanting to like haste into it. So I think the Stormseeker's safe here. Nothing like 1 mana wise comes to mind that they could take it down with. See, like a little worrisome them going to 4, but if their play is like the Planeswalker and generate 2 wolves, we still handle that pretty well. Mm-hmm.
Innistrad's ancient magic. Only hope.
So at the end of the day, we're trading our 3-cost Cathar for their 4-cost Planeswalker.
The hunter becomes the hunted.
It's serviceable. Not having the 2-drop was the big problem in this game, though. If we had a 2, these curves work out so much better. I mean, maybe we should have just brutal Cathar'd the Naturalist to keep them off of the mana. Oh, the Naturalists. Getting pretty close to leveling up Paladin class. That'll be something for next turn. Now this dude's gonna have an actual million mana. Oh, brutal! He's gonna drop Tovolar next turn. Right? He's gonna have 3 6 mana. So he'll be 1 short on Tovolar unless he draws a land. Oh, he's not even. Oh, it's the Huntmaster. It's not Tovolar himself. I was checking to see if this was legendary, so there's no reason to pop it. Okay, well, let's just make the removal spell expensive. It doesn't like force them to play the removal on the Spellbinder, but kind of makes them need to do it. Still haven't decided what we think of Paladin class. If I'd rather have that +1/+1 to humans, right? Since we could have, this takes a total of 4 mana to get the bonus to your team. Oh. You block them good, Stormseeker. I don't think we want to sit back now. We're not at that much risk of dying. He's going to take us to 6. In order for him to play Tovolar now, he's going to have to top deck a land, right? Since we took down a Naturalist last turn. Yeah. Yeah. But, I mean, we do have potential here to... well, the double strike thing is not going to go down. Dang, that was a nice draw. Right, we can give something double strike, but then he can just block it with Tovolar. With the Paladin class. Damn. These things have trample as well. Kind of scary with the double strikes coming in. Okay, well, we can partially get out of this. So we need to add the Cavalier. Alright, we're going to Cathar the Huntmaster. Oh, cool, we could have just won there. Okay. I'm glad he conceded because I totally boosted up the wrong one. Alright. Go us. Bust making the big plays. Getting those early concessions. I think would we've had it anyways without attacking with the Cathar, we would have had he would have had to have blocked. Yeah, he would have had to have blocked our werewolf. Because it would have come in for 3. And then we would have had 9 trample after that. Okay, again, these hands are kind of sketch. Especially on the draw. Let's mulligan and look for a 2. Okay, that'll get the job done. Feel a little bit better about mulliganing away a land on a hand like this. Right, we have, we don't really want to be playing Intrepid Adversary, but we have a ton of early ways to stall the board a little bit. Not that we're really wanting to stall the board with a deck like this, but... Okay, stop and read. She didn't pay any of those things, so it's not going to have the bonuses, but then exile instants with the cheap, and you can play them. Okay. Let's go to planes. Not you, my friend. There we go. Sure. All the adversaries. Dang. Well, probably need to go ahead and just take something off board. If he has another removal spell for the Cathar, then it at least makes the... Oh, these things have haste as well. That kind of sucks. Kinda sucks. Yeah. I would have rather just played the Cathar Commando now. This is slightly dangerous. If they have a burn spell, then that would have been a problem. But, okay. Okay. Really needed our 4th land. This is what we get for mulliganing it away. Okay, I want to wait just like a hot minute on this Moonveil Regent. I want to be doing like the discard your hand thing, but I want to try and get some of these spells out of our hand first. Okay, I think it's safe now. Opponent finally got their swamp. I'm curious what's going to start coming down now. The beginning of main 2, look at the top X of your library, where X is the life your opponent's lost. Exile one of those cards. Put the rest on the bottom. You may play the exile card. Okay. We'll see if he blocks. I assume he might. We want to play the spell in combat, so we'll get to draw 2 off of our Regent. So let's go ahead and activate this. Might as well reduce the chance of drawing that plains. Send this thing to the face. Well, yes, I would. We can portable hole. Don't want to take this action just yet. I want to play this Aspirant here. I thought I was going to get to portable hole the Florian, but whoopsies. Oh, we had 2 permanents. How do you work? Discard your hand if you do. Oh, draw. That's off of the spell. Oops. We'll figure it out eventually. Do we want to let them play cards? I think it's safe. There's not a lot that's scary in our deck in terms of what we can lose. Oh, if they come off of his deck. Oops. We'll figure these cards out eventually. A non-token a creature controls would die. Exile it. When you do, you could pay mana, make a dude. Okay. Sure. Oh man, we're out of spells. That sucks. Alright, let's just wait. We can send a Sacred Fire to his face and draw 2. I want to kind of see if they have some weird, like, haste creature or something that we need to protect ourselves from instead. You just spend a bunch of mana on this 3/3. I don't think that's going to be the case. Okay, that's the one that he's targeted. We're only looking to take 8. I mean, I don't think we care about this thing. A non-token creature an opponent controls would die. Exile it. He's only got 3 mana. I don't think there's a 3 mana burn spell that'll kill us. This is another space where I would rather have that have the thing that gives our the human crusade, whatever it's called. the crusade being the ancient card. I guess the crusade got canceled. It's been removed from Magic, but the thing that gives all of your humans a boost is what we're looking for here. Okay, moving right along though. Much power today. We are definitely up in gold, making all the monies. All right. Well, this is a reasonable keeper. It's slightly awkward having to deal with the evolving wilds, but hopefully we can get around that. I mean, we don't have to play Paladin class on the first turn, but I think we probably want to. It's just so expensive using this one. I'm really not convinced this is better than having the human one. I am convinced that aggro is the place to be. Okay. Yeah, you stop and read that Sunrise Cavalier. Uh-oh. The aggros are coming for you. This would be quite nice if we had didn't have to play the Evolving Wilds, but right, if we were able to add a Cathar Commando on this turn, it'd be quite powerful for us. It says no boost on the adversary, so I think ours is good. If he wants to take down our Sunrise Cavalier, he's going to have to double block. Cool. Getting them. That's not very nice. So I think this is safe enough. Let's add the Spellbinder. I don't think we need to try and take down his Paladin class just yet. I'll make his removal spell more expensive. Play a land this turn? Can't remember. All right, we're cluing. We played a land. All right. Another space where the mana is surprisingly relevant. We don't have the mana for this now? Oh, it's all tapped. Ugh. Fine game. We're getting close, though. We're getting close to burning him out. Can't play any of his spells. Would we want to take down his monk here? With the Cathar? Kind of like it. I mean, it lets us attack with our small unit now. And then if he doesn't have a play... I mean, he's going to have a play. But... you know, if he eventually lets us flip this Cathar, it could be quite intimidating for them. Yeah, he's going to have a play. He at least has the Aspirant here. Okay, so we can take out his little. We can attack with everything. I assume he's going to want to just, like, block our Cathar so he gets his unit back, but then we have the Sacred Fire lethal on them the next time our turn rolls around. GG. We said it. It has been said. The GG has been announced. Alright. Boom. That's how you do it. Okay. We on the final battle? Is that where we've gotten ourselves? We're gonna do a 7-0, little 7-0 victory with the Boros budget deck. Wouldn't mind it. It's pretty tough to do, though. I don't think I don't think it's in the mix. I think we're gonna need at least one more. I gotta give you all your full value and get your 9 games worth of value in the video. That's what we called it when we played Expedition. Expedition was like Arena, where you'd get knocked out if you lost twice in a row, and so I felt like the viewers weren't getting their full value unless we played the full 13 games. Okay. What do we got here? At least has a curve to it. It's not the spiciest of hands, but I think it's too good to pass up. I do dig these adversaries. They're good early, good late. It's everything you want out of a nice aggro unit. Now, my problem here is, like, what are the chances we actually get to kill one of his units with the Sacred Fire? If we can kill one, then we want to just pass here so we can play this on his turn and then be able to play a +1 adversary on our turn. Perfect. I was gonna say, if he starts adding like 3/3s, then we're really gonna regret not having the adversary down. Now here, it's like I wonder if he just has like too many cards for us to want to play a Spellbinder. Probably not. We should be able to get, if we just even like stunt them for a turn. It's so huge. Double Chariot. Then I would say the Shatterskull Smashing is probably coming down in spell mode this game. But We're not stopping the chariots at any point. It could be surprisingly relevant with the smashing being able to hit our spellbinders. Does that even work? I guess that's one thing that we need to know, is if that kind of play actually even does anything. Okay, I see the 2 attached to the cost now. See if he replaces chariots to get the additional kitties. This is one of the best cards in the game with all the kitties it's generating. Okay. It's tempting to come in and block one. The Cathar's not really doing anything. Oh, we can't. That's right. He's screwed. Never mind. Never mind, man. That's not happening. I wanted to block, but that's just not going to be in the cards. See if he trades. We have a removal for his other wolf. So, I mean, again, they can just replay the other chariot. But, this is probably about as good as these Cathars are going to get. Sure. Still not sure if I regret not boosting a chariot. Oh, does that not remove? It doesn't remove if he kills him before he comes in with the trigger on the stack? Until this creature leaves the battlefield. Interesting. Oh, shit. Oh, he didn't make a reach unit. Interesting. I don't think it really matters for us at this point, but right to that face place. I mean, he's got to be able to make one now. And so maybe if we draw like another Cathar and we can Cathar down the reach token, we're kind of grasping at straws for a win here, but we gotta come up with something. We're just done, right? He's going to crew and copy the token. Yep. Okay. Need them portable holes in that matchup. All right. I knew we wouldn't 7-0. I'm just here to give you all that value. That's what we do. Man, for our Expedition viewers, it must be weird seeing me play Constructed. As far as Expedition goes, throughout the course of all the videos I made for Runeterra, I made like a handful of budget gauntlets, like right when the gauntlets came out, where we just it didn't matter. It was a free-to-play game, so there wasn't real much reason to do budget stuff, but we still just played with like 4 champions when you could normally play 6, and limited ourselves on epics. But outside of that, like very handful of videos, we didn't do any Constructed over there. These hands are super awkward. I don't think we can go down to 5, so let's hang on to this. We'll get rid of a land and see how this plays out. We at least have a curve here. And I don't want to remove this unit. If he's going to try and get aggressive on us, if he attacks with the Chaplain of Alms, then we get to follow up with a hole onto his next unit and then get in for an attack. What is this thing? Flying Vigilance, put a 1/1 counter on. each creature that entered the battlefield this turn. Missing out on that land is a pain. We were able to play the Aspirant and a Portable Hole this turn. Damn. I don't think he never fully blocks here. If we get the 2-for-1 here, that's pretty positive for us. Sure. Catch up that card we were down. So that would have been sick turn if we had the mana. So we could Portable Hole the Flyer, boost our unit, get in with everything, not lose any of our stats. Got it now. it's a little on the late side of things. I did like the Chaplain at Arms. I played this for a bit before I started, or when I was playing with like Sigarda and really just getting my feet wet with the humans. This was an interesting one. Now, of course, plays much better once you're starting to like drop tokens on it with the Aspirant and boost it up with those kind of things. It felt like if you're being like really aggressive, like a lot of these mono white decks were trying to do, you were just happier with like the monks. But once more sets get added to standard, with another set of humans, it might be interesting. What is this? Creatures you control that are enchanted or equipped have double strike. At the beginning of each combat, you may attach an aura equipment to something. Okay. Don't think we can attack into this. I mean, this might be our last chance to try and get rid of this thing. It's like sucks to start losing out on all the stats from that +1/+1 thing. Can't get this right though. This still counts as a 1. Alright, we're getting there. Aggro. That's what you gotta say. You gotta yell out aggro whenever these things are happening. It's tempting. Should we ever attack with the Apparition? Or should we attack with both? That seems kind of sketchy. Let's see what we're getting ourselves into first. All the Paladin classes. It's kind of scary. We give him like a 3/3 back. I think that's okay. So let's at least attack with the Apparition. I think I want to keep the Adversary behind to keep our Flyers boosted. I think our Flyers are where these damages are going to win. And it's like he has to... Oh, he's bringing all the blocks. Oh, that's very nice. I was going to say, if he doesn't block at all, and we get in the 3 damage takes him to 8, then we win the game in 2 turns with the Spellbinder. But that was quite good for us. This will let us win in 2 turns as well. 5 this turn and 6 on the next one. GG, we did it. We did it, squad. We got those 7 wins. We're out here playing Boros with our Evolving Wilds and getting the nice 7-win battles in. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And so yeah, it's like again, I'm not. You could kind of see Paladin class in there. I'm not sure how much I really like Paladin class. It's very expensive to get going, and you when you add in the thing that gives your humans +1/+1, it lets you have those curves to where if you didn't have any of our 2-drops, so we play the Luminarch Aspirant, 2 Cathars, and then the dude that puts the +1/+1 counters to boost your team. If you don't have any of those, you still have these decent turns, and you still get the stats to where if you play something on 3, then your 3-drop's going to be boosted. It's not like super great. You do, typically if things are going as planned, then you would probably rather, not give your team +1/+1 until like turn 4 or turn 5 or turn 6, but it does help fill out the curve a little bit better. And so I'm not sure which I like more. I saw that a lot of people were playing Paladin class, and I wanted to give it a try. Kind of on the flip side, it makes all of your opponent's removal spells much worse. And so not sure which is better there. You'll have to let me know what you think down in the comments. But that is gonna do it. Looks like we got a prize to click on. Oh, look at that. We got some rares. Oh, look at that choice. We got a Stormseeker for our deck. Nice. And so yeah, that's going to do it for us today. Hope you all learned how to Boros a little bit better. You maybe learned a thing or two along the way and had a good time watching. This is Bust, and we thank you for being here.